Hello, all of you professional gamers out there in the world. I am Mega Amster, and I have another brief discussion video for all of you. Just kind of talking about some news. I think I might want to start doing some of these kind of more just quick little like under 10-minute just videos about news topics that come out, mainly Nintendo related. That's kind of my thing. But yeah, it'd be something fun to do. I think if I have the time, and yeah, I found some time now, and this is actually a really cool announcement. If you haven't heard, it was I believe last night at some point. Actually, might have been earlier yesterday, but essentially, Nintendo announced that they're working with Niantic Labs, the developers of the Pokemon Go. Obviously, the Pokemon Go, the mobile app that was huge back in 2016, I think is when it came out, and it's still going on now. It was a huge phenomenon back then, and it's still a lot of people play it now, from what I hear. But apparently, they are working on a Pikmin AR mobile game. Actually, do they confirm it's AR? They don't confirm it's AR, it looks like. But let's actually, I'm going to pull it up here, move out of the way for y'all so you can see that. So here we go, here on Twitter of Nintendo of America. What would it be like to have, or what would it be like to have more fun walking experience surrounded by Pikmin? In a new mobile app developed by Niantic Labs and Nintendo coming later in 2021, so this year, explore the real world and create memories with your Pikmin friends. So they really don't show off much unless there's more hidden under here. I don't think so. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Um, Ignore my stupid reply. I think I'm funny. Anyways, yeah, this is a very interesting concept. I just kind of wanted to talk about the potential of what this could be. Obviously, Pokemon Go was a huge success, like I said, back when it came out. I believe it was summer of 2016. That was right before I started college, and yeah, that was a huge it was a huge success, and especially because it came out during the summertime. I think a lot of people, at least over here in the U.S., really caught on. It was like, it was a great time to just kind of walk around, hang out with friends, go drive somewhere, and catch some Pokemon. It literally got people outside. It got me outside for sure. Um, yeah, it was a really successful experience, and it was obviously starting with Gen 1 was the most important thing to do because that really caught on people's nostalgia, and then they've built it up from there. I think they're already into Gen 5 now. The last time I heard. I haven't played. I dropped Pokemon Go. The last time I played seriously, I think was like 3 years, 2.5 years ago. It's been a little while. Every now and then I've tried to like install it and then try again, and like I had some fun starting over, but then it's like it's the same thing. So I kind of fell off that a little bit. It was really fun. I have a lot of fond memories back in the day when it first came out of playing that game, then just discovering new Pokemon, catching new Pokemon. And for the people that play it, I'm sure they're still hooked on it now. There's a reason why there's a Pokemon Go Fest dedicated specifically to it. And the spin-offs with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and all the Pokemon Go integration that's happening still. There's a reason why, it was so successful. So to see this adapted for Pikmin is actually kind of a cool idea because I think there's a lot of potential here. Especially if this is, they don't confirm here. Let's check the website. I have the website open too, where you can pre-register. All it says is a new app, and we can see, someone walking on the sidewalk here. We see just the typical three blue, red, and yellow Pikmin kind of carrying some fruit running around. Some of them have different flowers on, so that's cool. You scroll down. Yeah, you can pre-register, so that way you can receive news when it comes out. It said later 2021, so later this year. Um, yeah, and you can pre-register, but there's no information on it, so it might not be augmented reality. But especially because it's Niantic, I feel like it will be. Because they worked on Pokemon Go. You could use similar technology. Now, obviously, there's not nearly as many types of Pikmin as there are Pokemon, right? We've got the three standard ones here. There's flying Pikmin. I think there's like poison, rock Pikmin, and purple Pikmin. Probably missing some. I'm not a huge Pikmin fan. I've only played a little bit of Pikmin 3, but I just really like the concept of this because there's a lot of potential here. While this isn't Pikmin 4, and I know a lot of people are waiting on Pikmin 4, because supposedly they announced they were making it like 6 years ago or something. Um, I think this has a lot of potential because it could be something where if it is an augmented reality game, you kind of walk around. I don't know, like you walk around outside, similar to Pokemon Go, in nature maybe, and you can like pluck Pikmin that are kind of found around the real world, like obviously through the game. Um, and I don't know, what would you like find some like Bulborbs or other enemies like to fight to gather all these Pikmin, harvest your Pikmin from some certain areas, maybe similar to like a Pokestop from Pokemon Go, and like use them to attack. It's gonna be so heart-wrenching when you gather these Pikmin in this game and then you have to use them to fight off enemies and like you lose them. That's gonna be the worst feeling ever. But what I think the reason why there's so much potential here is because Pikmin is so, the theming of Pikmin itself is so tied to like natural environment. Like the environments are one of the biggest part, if not the biggest part of Pikmin, from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, since like I said, I'm not a huge Pikmin fan, but there's a lot of potential with that to really expand beyond what Pokemon Go offered. Because obviously Pokemon Go was like, oh, you're like a real life Pokemon trainer catching these Pokemon in the wild, and it was really just like a GPS map with, you know, with some Pokestops, and then Pokemon would show up on your map. This has potential to really take the augmented reality part further and really immerse the player in this natural environment, you know, with all these different types of Pikmin that you can pluck wherever. That to me sounds really cool. I'm definitely like, you could tell I already pre-registered this, so I'll be checking it out. I know a couple of my friends are fairly big Pikmin fans, so maybe they'll check it out, especially if it's a mobile app. Like, come on, guys, you better. But the other cool thing is that at least for us in the US, by the time this comes out, if it's later this year, you know, if so, as of right now, and at least in the US, the vaccine, obviously with the pandemic going on, is actually going better than expected from what I hear. So if this comes out later this year, this could really be another great game to, you know, social game to get people outside and, you know, walk around, get some exercise, enjoy nature as it is, you know what I mean? So, I mean, not that you can't do that now. I'm sure you can still play it now, but now you can, like, you know how we saw like those huge gatherings, those huge groups of Pokemon Go, especially when we had raid battles. I'd be curious to see if there's something similar. Obviously, this seems like another attempt to get people outside. This also could be another attempt to really make Pikmin a bigger name franchise for Nintendo, right? It's pretty niche. I mean, it's, what is it, like, technically it's an RTS kind of exploration. I don't know. It's such its own thing that it's really hard to categorize it. But this could really be their opportunity to bring Pikmin, which honestly, it's a pretty casual friendly franchise in terms of the identity of it. The gameplay, I would say probably not. But in terms of the identity, you have these cute little Pikmin creatures walking around. Like, of course, people are going to love them. They're going to find them adorable. Market this to a more casual audience like you did with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was more like appealing to that older fan base and also just more casual people who obviously know what Pokemon is but weren't hardcore fans, so bring them in. This is an opportunity for them to present this franchise, which the general population doesn't know about, introduce it to a huge new user base, and make it a bigger franchise for everyone. And then, I don't know, maybe if it works, maybe then Pikmin 4 comes out in a couple of years on Switch. I don't know. So I really like the potential of this idea. I really think there's a lot they could do with it. There's nothing really else to say because we don't know anything else, but I'm really excited to see where this goes. I hope it's augmented reality, and I feel like because it is Niantic Labs behind the development, I really think it will be, but we'll have to see. I hope they improve upon what they established with Pokemon Go and really make it work for Pikmin, because there's really a lot of potential here, I think. So that's all for today's video. Obviously, there's not much to talk about, so I'm going to keep it short, but yeah, I'm really excited, and I want to see where this goes. It's news stories like this. Like, obviously the game announcements are awesome, but like little news stories like this that are really, really interesting, you know, during this time of year, just to kind of get this kind of news. Like, yeah, it's coming later, but like we can speculate now, and the possibilities are pretty tremendous. What kind of potential that lies here with this game. But we'll have to see how that shapes up later this year. I'm sure we'll hear about it later. But as for now, that's all for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya!